The date is February 3rd, 1987. My name is Carl Rogers, and today you'll be joining me with my morning skincare routine. By the time you're seeing this, I'm likely dead. But although I may not physically be with you, future teens, or should I say, modern teens, my thoughts, especially the ones about your growth and potential, are still very much alive. I predict you live in a world full of chaos, noise, social media, societal pressures, not very healthy for your still developing brains. And while tools have changed, the challenge you face is the same as it was when I was studying human beings. How to become the person you truly are in a world that often tells you who to be. This, my dear friends, is where my theory comes in. It is something I believe is more relevant than ever. Let me explain you my theory in simple terms. I developed something called person-centered therapy, which is based on the belief that every person has the ability to understand themselves and their own needs in a way that leads to growth. At the heart of this is self-concept. It is how you see yourself, your identity. Listen to me, younglings, when I say this. Your self-concept should not be built from someone else's expectations, but from your own truth. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Carl, what do you know about self-image struggles? You're just an old man. Now, I know it may come as a surprise, but I haven't always been an old psychologist doing a voiceover with the bleach toilet cleaner on his face. But back in the day, I was, dare I say, hot? Yes, that is I. Or rather, that was my ideal self at one point. This was my real self. And this. But let me be honest. While I may have said that was how I looked, that didn't mean I was fully connected to who I really was inside. That version of me, that was an ideal self, who I thought I should be. My theory says that when your real self and your ideal self are aligned, and I call it congruence, you feel peace. As for me, it wasn't until I let go of all that external validation and looked into my actual self that I found peace. And that, my friends, that is self-actualization. And this is where my humanistic approach can really help you navigate today's challenges. I believe that every person has an inherent drive for self-actualization, that is, the desire to become the best version of yourself. But that journey is only possible when you feel free to explore who you really are without judgment and without trying to live up to a fabricated ideal. But as for you, as teens of the future, you face this wild digital landscape that constantly pushes fake, ideal selves at you. Filtered, edited, simply impossible. It is so easy to look at all that and think, if I don't look like that, I'm not enough. I'm ugly. And that's where my concept of unconditional positive regard becomes vital. In my work, I mentioned that for anyone to grow fully, they need to feel accepted without conditions. Whether you're having a great day or a terrible one, you deserve love and respect just as you are. In the future's world, where likes and followers are trying to define your worth, you must remember, validation from others is invalidating to yourself. Self-worth begins with self-acceptance. And let me make it clear. Self-acceptance isn't about giving up or saying that this is how you will be for the rest of your life and you must deal with it. No, 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 my children. It is about being real with yourself, owning up to who you are, and from there, choosing how you want to grow. Not for approval, not for followers, but because it feels true to you. So, modern teens, remember my next words. You do not need to be anyone else to be enough. You do not need to chase an ideal. You only need to find the courage to be your true self. I believe everyone has the potential to grow, change, and be their best self. All you need is the right environment, support, love, and the freedom to be authentic. You don't have to force yourself to change. With acceptance, you will naturally evolve and become the best version of yourself. Just like how a plant grows towards sunlight. Yes, you are already a beautiful flower. Yes, you. But you can always bloom just a little bit brighter. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye, my beautiful flowers. I shall now rinse my face.